All right, let's talk about negative thinking. We're going to look at a totally different way to handle it, a method that actually works with your brain instead of fighting against it.
You know the feeling, right? You're feeling down, you're stressed, and someone, probably trying to help, just says, hey, just think positive. We've all been there.
But what if that advice, as well-meaning as it is actually making things worse? Well, today we're going to break down exactly why forcing positivity can backfire and, more importantly, what you can do instead.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The problem with positivity. Why can't you just tell yourself, I'm happy, and have it work? It all comes down to one simple truth. You just can't fool your own brain.
Think about it. When you're feeling really down and you try to force a positive thought that just doesn't feel true, your brain knows. It's like an internal alarm goes off saying, nope, that's not right. This actually creates a conflict inside your mind and can make you feel even worse than before. So why does our brain do this? Well, it's not a flaw, and it's not just you. It's actually a built-in feature of the human mind, an ancient survival program that's been running for thousands and thousands of years.
It's called the negativity bias, and it's pretty simple. Our brains are hardwired to pay way more attention to bad news than good news. It's a survival mechanism. It's not about being pessimistic. It's about your brain's #1 job, keeping you alive.
I mean, just imagine our ancestors thousands of years ago. The ones who were constantly on the lookout for saber-toothed tigers and other dangers, they're the ones who survived. The super relaxed, everything's fine guy, well, he probably became lunch. Our brains are basically descendants of those super cautious ancestors.
And here's the crazy part. That ancient programming doesn't know the difference between a real physical threat and a modern emotional one. So to your brain, a stressful email from your boss can trigger the exact same high-alert fight-or-flight response as a predator in the bushes.
And this bias is exactly why you can get 100 compliments, but that one single piece of criticism is the only thing you can think about for the rest of the day. Your brain flags it as a threat and just won't let it go.
So, I really want you to remember this. There is nothing wrong with you. Your brain isn't broken. It's just running on some really old survival software that isn't always helpful in our modern world.
Okay, so what's the solution? Well, it's not about fighting the negativity. It's about retraining your brain, teaching it to feel safe right here, right now. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is with something called the gratitude method.
Now, when I say gratitude, I'm not talking about just listing things you're thankful for. Saying I'm grateful for my job is fine, but it's just words. We're talking about a deep gratitude, something you don't just say, but something you actually feel.
And here's how you do it. It's super simple. First, you just choose something you're genuinely grateful for. Could be anything. Then you ask yourself this key question: what does this actually give me? And then, this is the most important part. You sit with that answer and really, truly feel it. Let's try an example. Imagine you're looking at a plate of food. You could ask, what does this give me? Well, it nourishes my body. Okay? And what does that do? It fuels my energy so I can go after my goals. And it feeds my kids, which helps them grow strong, which is literally shaping their future. Do you feel the difference? It goes from just food to something incredibly powerful. The best part? This doesn't take hours. Just doing this for about 10 minutes a day is enough to start rewiring your brain. You're teaching it, little by little, to stop scanning for danger and to start noticing the safety and abundance that's already here. And this isn't just some quick fix to make you feel good for a moment. When you do this consistently, you start a long-term transformation. You're actually rewiring your entire belief system.
What happens is your inner dialogue, that little voice in your head, begins to change. That old survival brain that's always asking, what's wrong, what's missing? It starts to be replaced by a new voice that says, wow, look at everything I have. The feeling of I'm not enough shifts to I have everything I need. Life is a struggle becomes a quiet confidence that, you know what, I can handle this.
And as your brain starts to feel genuinely safer, something amazing happens. That constant cycle of negative thinking and overthinking, it just starts to fade away. You're not fighting it anymore. It's just quieter. And that's when it all comes full circle. This is when positive thinking finally starts to work. Not because you're forcing it, not because you're faking it, but because you actually truly believe it. It's coming from a genuine place of safety and abundance.
So, to get you started, I'll just leave you with this one question. Right now, in this moment, what is one thing, just one, that you can feel truly, deeply grateful for?